The Mongol invasions of Japan, 1274 and 1281 CE. The Mongol invasions of Japan occurred in 1274 and 1281 CE, when Kublai Khan sent two massive fleets from Korea and China. Japanese samurai fiercely defended their shores, but it was typhoon storms and the so-called Kamikaze, or divine winds, that ultimately saved Japan by sinking numerous ships and drowning many invaders. The Mongols had already conquered half of China and Korea, and Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, sought to add Japan to his empire. The reasons for his ambition remain unclear, but could range from seeking resources, enhancing prestige, or eliminating trade with his southern Song enemies. Kublai Khan's diplomatic efforts began with a letter in 1268 CE, recognizing Japan's leader as king and demanding tribute. Despite sending several ambassadors, Japan ignored these overtures, perhaps unsure how to respond due to its isolation and reliance on biased southern Song intermediaries. The Kamakura shogunate, led by Hojo Tokumune, was confident in its ability to repel any invasion. Troops were stationed at the Dazaifu fortress in Kyushu, and Japan's leaders rebuffed the Khan's diplomatic advances, possibly due to their lack of international experience and disdain for the Mongols. In 1274 CE, the Khan sent a fleet of 800 to 900 ships carrying 16,600 to 40,000 men to Japan. They initially attacked Tsushima and Aiki Islands, meeting stiff resistance but succeeding due to superior numbers. The Mongol army's dynamic battlefield strategies and superior weaponry overwhelmed the Japanese defenders. The fleet then moved on to Hakata Bay, where the Japanese had anticipated the landing. Despite their preparations, the Japanese defense force was relatively small, and the Mongols' superior numbers and advanced weapons gave them the upper hand in initial engagements. Despite their successes, the invaders did not push deeper into Japanese territory, possibly due to supply issues or the death of their general. Instead, they stayed by their ships, and a fateful decision to retreat to the bay led to a devastating storm that forced them to withdraw back to Korea. Kublai Khan returned to diplomacy, sending another embassy in 1275 CE, which the Japanese beheaded. Undeterred, he sent another embassy in 1279 CE, meeting the same fate. Realizing force was necessary, he planned another invasion but was delayed by campaigns in southern China. Meanwhile, Japan prepared for another invasion by building fortifications, including massive stone walls around Hakata Bay. These defenses were designed to allow archers on horseback to repel invaders more effectively. In 1281 CE, Kublai Khan launched a much larger invasion fleet with 4,400 ships and around 100,000 men. The invaders again attacked Tsushima and Aiki before landing at Hakata Bay, where the fortified defenses helped the Japanese put up a stiff resistance. The Mongol forces faced heavy losses and withdrew to nearby islands, where Japanese ships harassed them with constant raids. The situation culminated in a severe typhoon on 14 August, which destroyed most of the Mongol fleet and forced them to withdraw to China. The storm winds that devastated the Mongol fleet were seen as divine intervention and were named Kamikaze, or divine winds, reinforcing the belief that the gods had protected Japan. This term would later be used for Japanese suicide pilots in World War I. Modern marine archaeology has revealed that the Mongol ships were poorly built, with weak mast steps and improper keels, making them unsuitable for sea voyages. The rushed construction of the invasion fleet likely contributed to its downfall during the typhoon. Despite their failures, the Mongols established a lasting peace, the Pax Mongolica, over much of Asia until the rise of the Ming dynasty. Kublai Khan continued unsuccessful diplomatic attempts to persuade Japan to join the Chinese tribute system. The Japanese, having repelled the Mongol invasions they called Moko Shurai, remained vigilant for future threats. The myth of divine intervention combined with the heroism of samurai warriors became an enduring part of Japanese culture.